introduce it again.
Hi, everybody. Sally Diane here. And today, what are we?
April 28th.
April 28th, we're going to be looking at the week ahead for Donald Trump's trial. That would be week number 3. I know we've looked at week number 1 and week number 2, and we were fairly successful. Week number 1 was all about him keeping his mouth shut, and boy, in court he actually did. And then in week number 2, huh?
Which trial?
You
do have to specify.
This is true. This is true. Because it's the trials of Donald Trump, right? This is the hush money, the Stormy Daniel thing. And you'll notice when you see the thumbnail said stormy weather. And no, it was Trump's stormy week. And I was kind of caught between that, Trump's stormy week and Trump's pecker trouble. But stormy week went out. Okay, and now we have week 3 coming up, and apparently we will be seeing David Pecker again, and a few other things. The prosecution is not releasing their witness list, nor do they have to. So let's see about it. Week number 3 of Donald Trump's hush money trial. Okay, so an overview of him right now is he's just so, well, he's always self-absorbed, but it's almost like he's he still doesn't see that he's doing anything wrong, and he's so consumed by greed. And the further it goes into this trial, and the more that's exposed, the more clingy he becomes about money. I'm not sure how that works out, but we'll see. We'll see in the cards. He is really hoping for the other trials, not the hush money one, but all the other ones, and this is kind of an outside influence. He is really hoping to be able to stall each and every one of them for at least 4 months, if not more. Okay. And what I'm doing right here is a modified Celtic cross. It just makes it easier to read. That would be a significator. This is what crosses you. This is beneath you. This crowns you. This is behind you. And this is before you. All right. So for him, you have the Queen of Wands as far as the base of his quote-unquote problems, and so I would see that as being Stormy Daniels. And yeah, he took on the wrong person here. He really did. She's powerful in her own right. She's connected in her own right. Maybe not as much as Donald, but she made sure that this went through. And she's not, everybody knows she's not the only woman that was speaking up, but hers was heard. And then over him, you've got you have the falling tower, and that's not a good card. That's a crown. That's like what's hanging over his head. And you've got everything just coming crashing down around him. The whole Trump empire, everything coming crashing down around him. And, I think maybe he lives on more of a house of cards than he lets on. But it is like a real possibility, his downfall. And so it hangs over his head like the sword of Damocles. When you look, it was right behind him. You have the Hermit. And the Hermit is a seeker. The Hermit is a wise man. And I see this as the Supreme Court, because they would be the one with the inspiration that. And when it says that it's behind him, I feel like they have favored him but his favor is running out. His time is running out with the Supreme Court, and his support from the Supreme Court is running out. And when you look at what's directly in front of him, wow. You have competition, you have battles. It feels like over the next few weeks, the defense is going to do their level best to try and stay in front of all the defense's witnesses. And so I'm not sure they can find dirt on everybody because they don't know who's going to be up there. And I do think that there is one who's going to come in out of nowhere. One very unexpected one who carries a big stick toward the end of the week. And I don't think that is Cohen. So you've got somebody who's going to bring something, maybe something surprising, surprise evidence. You know, when you look at the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands is about movement and moving forward. And this is about his fears. You know, the things that he worries about happening. And it's the Eight of Wands reversed. And with him, he's always on the move. He's always keeping things riled up, stirred up. He's always keeping the pot stirred up. And he's really worried that he's running out of ways to stir up the pot. And he might be right. I think he does realize, yeah, he knows he's in a corner. Okay, so how others see him. And this is funny. He's worried. He knows he's in trouble. And yet his core supporters 100% believe that they believe what he says. This is a kangaroo court. They still think that he is just going to get off and it's just a big show. And they aren't protesting very much either, because they just, it's kind of like, why should we? He's going to win anyway. All right, so let me put another one. Wow. All right, so he does have the week ends with a bit of a victory for Donald Trump. It's a long trial, and things change, of course, but there is a bit of a victory here. So he might as well enjoy his little victories, because I think this is a little victory for him. Because they certainly aren't as strong as the falling tower that's right over him. But he may have a better weekend next weekend than he has in a few weeks. So that would be This Week in Donald Trump.